Hi guys, welcome to Homegirl Handbook. My name is DeAndrea, but everybody calls me D, so you guys can call me D too. I am here on episode number 1 of Homegirl Handbook. This is the place to figure out the steps to home ownership. I'm your homegirl. I'm going to walk you through the steps of home ownership. Hi guys, welcome to. I'm so ready for this. For this color, Vanna White down here somewhere. Where you guys can like, share. Hi guys, welcome to Homegirl Handbook. I decided to start a YouTube channel basically explaining and taking you on this journey of homeownership. I am designating myself as that homegirl that helps you take the necessary steps to homeownership. So that's what this YouTube channel will be all about. It will give you information on every aspect of homeownership, whether interior design, cleaning, learning about loans, learning about everything. We're going to talk about it all, and I'm super excited to do that with you guys. This is episode number 1. So first I want to explain where this whole thought came about. I recently posted a post on my social media, and it was just explaining something that I had recently done, which is I recently purchased my brand new house, my house number two, by using the equity from my first house that I bought when I was 25 to help me pay for the majority of this house. God is so good. Like, let's start off saying that. God is so good, and he allowed me to be able to do that. And now I have this big, beautiful house. So a lot of people had so many questions. They wanted to know what they needed to do to be able to have a beautiful house like this as well. And they just wanted more information and steps. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Today's episode, the title is, Should I Wait to Buy a House? I'll wait. No. You shouldn't wait to buy a house. Let me tell you why you shouldn't wait to buy a house. Because I did not wait to buy a house, right? I was able to pay my student loans off. And I say off, I mean off. I owe Sally Mae $0, okay? Owe her $0. We had to break up. We had to separate ourselves. I don't owe her nothing. Okay, that's first. I was able to pay my car off, so no more car loan payments for me, right? Don't owe them no more. Grateful for that. And then lastly, I was also able to put a major down payment on this house, which brings my monthly payments down so much lower than they would have been, okay? So probably wouldn't have been able to afford this house by myself if I didn't have that down payment that decrease my loan amount, okay? So I want to help people do that. I want them to understand the process that was needed to get to this point. It was a process. My other house, I actually stayed in the house for 4 years. I stayed in it for 4 years. It wasn't exactly what I wanted at the time, right? So when you get your first house, you want a house that you can kind of flex on the gram with. Right? I was trying to flex. I wanted a house where I could, have people over, where I could post up, show MTV Cribs type of situation happening all through the house to flex what I had. But I wasn't able to do that on that level, right? My budget, the lenders, which are like banks, they pretty much was like, woo, pump your brakes. You're not going to get this big baller house that you're trying to get. We're not going to get there. But it's staying patient and understanding the process and kind of learning what the process of homeownership really looks like and being able to take advantage of it so that you can eventually get to that baller status and have a house like that. So that was what I did. First thing that I did, this is where you take notes. This is where the notes are taken, right? All right, the first thing that you do is you do research of your area. Right? You need to know where you are. You need to know what's around you. You need to know what's coming. in the area of where you are. So I currently live in Raleigh. 919-888. Anyway, Raleigh, North Carolina, okay, is where I stay, which is known all over the country for being one of the top cities in America. It's one of the fastest growing cities in America. So that's cha-ching sound already, okay? Regardless to where I was in Raleigh, the house was going to increase. The equity was going to increase. The value of the house was going to increase. Just by me being in Raleigh, which I was here for. So I knew that was where I needed to be. And plus I grew up here. So I wanted to stay close by family and stuff like that. But you just have to know your area. You have to know what's coming in the area. I knew there were tech companies that were coming to the area, such as like Apple, Google, Amazon, so on and so forth. So I knew I needed to stay in this area to get as much equity as I could. So that's what I did. I knew there were certain things I did not want to settle on, certain sides of town that I did not want to be on where the equity tends to grow faster than others. I knew I needed to monitor those things, and I wasn't okay with just staying any and anywhere, right? I knew that. One thing that really helped me, I wasn't afraid because I did my research. I did my research to understand all of these things, right? So there are 4 main things you're going to need. You're going to need to do your research. You're going to need to get an agent. Can't see my hand. There you go. You need an agent. You need to not be afraid. Do not be afraid at all. And you need to make a plan. So research, check. Don't be afraid. These right here are boss moves, okay? You're going to be an owner of something. You should want to own something, right? And especially when you're letting that ownership of that thing work for you. Let your house work for you. That's what it did. My first house, it was not as big as this house. My first house was actually a townhouse. It was amazing. It was amazing. I picked a very good location for it where the equity spiked so much more than it would have in other places of Raleigh, but it was a amazing area. I got so much equity over there that it was able to help me get this house. Now I can ball out over here for a little bit until I move to my next house, and I'm going to use the equity here and do the same thing and kind of keep getting bigger. Why? It's not because I need it, but if I desire it, then I can have it. And that's the goal. And it's not even just thinking about yourself, it's thinking about your future, your kids, their kids, so on and so forth. You want to make sure you have that equity because you can use that and buy a couple of houses. I can pay for this house in cash with the equity from another house. It's so many different things that you can do, but you just have to open your mind to doing that. And that comes with fear not being a part of that. You can't. So you're going to have to suck that up. Because this right here is not the area where you're fearing, okay? You're gonna have a lot of faith here, okay? Next, you're gonna have to make a plan. A plan is needed. I know you're like, why are you gonna make a plan? Make the plan. Make the plan. Let me tell you, Habakkuk 2:2 says, make a plan, write it down so you can read it on a run. This is go time, okay? Once you've done your research, once you done put that fear behind you, you got to make that plan, understand what it is, put a time frame on it, put your do's and don'ts, put what it is that you're looking for, what you're not settled, your non-negotiables are, put all of those things down. Once you have all those things down, you have something to kind of align yourself with. This is where I want to stay. This is the price point that I can afford. This is the type of house I want, whether it's a 1-story, you need 3 bathrooms, whether you need a garage, a big yard, whatever your things are for you. First of all, you don't have to explain it to anybody. If that's what you want and that's what you desire, then do that. But what I will say is get what you need, because you get what you need, you can level up. You don't need a mansion right now, okay? Unless you're balling like that, then you could do that. Then you can do that. But if you're not, you don't need all that right now. And then you can work your way up gradually. That's probably the best thing to do. And lastly, get an agent. Take that plan that you have written down, take it to an agent and kind of let them know, hey, meet with them in Starbucks, whatever the case may be, and say, hey, straight up, this is what I'm doing. This is how much I can afford. So if I can only afford $250,000, don't show me the $5,000 house. We're not doing that. I can't afford that. I'm not going to fall in love with a house I can't get, right? Don't put me on this side of town. I'm not trying to be over there. I do not feel safe with my kids, with my husband, with whoever. Don't put me over there. This is what I need. This amount of square footage that I need. This is the amount of monthly payments I can afford. What can we get? You need to have a good relationship. That needs to be your bestie until you find your house, and then y'all can part ways at that point. That's how I felt. Whenever I bought my first house, I got an agent. I did not know what I was doing. I did enough research so I kind of knew what was going on as far as what house prices were looking like, the type of house I probably could afford, what that looked like, about what the monthly payment should be, about what utilities should cost per month. I had researched all of that, but as far as like the steps I'm taking to get it, I was like, ooh, putting a bid. What are you talking about? Like, I did not know none of that. You need an agent. Us, are the experts in that area, and we're going to lead you the right way, okay? You need that. You need that. It's got to be needed. You're not going to know it all. They can get in. They have connects. They can network with people. They can get you in doors that you wouldn't be able to get in by yourself. So those are the 4 main things that I'll start off telling you that you'll need. What I will say, I can't sum up everything that I've done in this video, so there will be more videos where I will continue to put out information on the steps that I took to get to this point. I'll kind of walk you through it. This is very just informational of what is needed. We got this, and I am here to help you guys. I want to make sure that we have what we need so we can get where we're going. And I'm starting to ramble, but I'm here to help, and I want to make sure I'm able to do whatever's needed to get done whatever needs to be done. So I'm grateful for the opportunity. Well, since I decided to have a brain fart right in the middle of episode 1, I'm going to take a second to show you how to contact me if you're ever in the market for a realtor in the Raleigh area. First, in the left corner, click the 3 bars, click agent. Scroll down to find an agent, then type in Raleigh in the search bar. Next, click the Creedmoor Road office, and then you'll scroll all the way down until you see my beautiful face, okay? It's that easy. Now, back to our scheduled program. Hopefully, I figured out what I was trying to say by now. Bye, y'all. So, remember those 4 things. Do your research. Don't be afraid. Make a plan and get an agent, and that will help you start you off on the steps to homeownership, okay? That's what we're all about. I'm going to continue dropping these videos to kind of take you step by step of what needs to be done in order to get you into that house. We are going to get you into that house, and you have to learn to let that house work for you, okay? If you like what you hear, you like what you're seeing, share, subscribe, like, comment, everything. I'm so open to it. Be sure to follow me on Instagram so that you can see all the latest information, latest tips, just post from me. You know, you want to get to know me a little more. I am so open to that, and I absolutely love it. Thanks again for tuning in. Be sure, if you're looking for an agent in the Raleigh or North Carolina area, I'm your girl. I'm your homegirl that's going to get you to homeownership. So love you guys. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.